Well, I would certainly hate to be a short seller in Top stock. Top is up 197% in regular trading today, up over 1,000% in after hours. This stock went from $18 in regular trading today at a low of $6.53 per share to $230 a share here to close out extended trading. This is insane. There's not even a lot of short interest. There's only about 3% short interest. And I think this tells us something, right? There is an appetite to bid up stocks. There will be a similar rally in AMC at one point when the time is right. Now, post any news down below in the comment section if there is news. I can't find anything. Literally nothing. There was some 8K filings that came out April 13th. It's April 27th. Nothing I can definitively see. This just looks like everyone piling in to a low market cap company. And I think that's going to be the same situation with AMC. Give it some time here. And this stock even went from $6.53 per share to $24 intraday within the course of about an hour. And this can show what dramatic effect just people talking about a stock can do. This is mostly just word of mouth. I have seen now 3 people message me personally that I know in real life. Have you seen this stock? Well, now I have. And I think it's pretty exciting for the potential of AMC as well. Now, here in this video, we're going to get into some of the current filings with AMC. I specifically want to show you guys Citadel's current positioning in AMC stock because it's pretty bullish. Now, take that for what you guys want. Some people are going to like that. Some people are not going to like that. I think more investment in AMC on the bullish side is bullish every time. That's the way that I like to look at it. Maybe you guys have a different opinion, but that's the way that I like to look at it. And let me know down below in the comment section what your opinion is on this information that we go over here in this video. First things first that I do want to talk about, AMC stock did close above the 50 and the 100-day moving averages today. We talked about this in every video today, but I do want to solidify this one fact. This is very bullish. Every time this has happened in the past, AMC stock has rallied. I'm talking about a close, not a we went above it intraday and we came back down by the end of the day. I mean, that is not bullish. That is bearish if you cannot hold the moving averages throughout the end of the day. Today was the first time in a long time where we held those moving averages. This has caused a bullish indicator, which is the price crosses the moving average, to flash to us here today. And typically when one of these starts to flash, you start to get a lot more bullish indicators that are right around the corner. Something else I want to point out, deep in extended trading hours, the last, I guess you want to call it, an hour or so of AMC trading, you watch the stock go from pretty neutral. It was up a little bit, I think like 1 cent, and then you got a couple more pennies. Now, each penny here is substantial in the percentage gain. So AMC stock was up 3.5% in regular trading, up 0.75% in after hours. Now, granted, we just closed above the moving averages. You're seeing a move higher. That's a very good thing, but I want to point out this because this is the biggest thing that happened here in after hours besides, obviously, Top stock. And it is, are you ready for this? Amazon. Amazon was up about 12% after their earnings release and then subsequently giving all of that back and dropping 2% to close after hours trading. This was a complete 180 from Amazon. And I think that further solidifies what we have been talking about here on this channel, that When shorts take on these short positions, they pledge high quality stocks as collateral. They don't give these banks and these lenders that are lending them stock, they don't give them millions of dollars, right? They don't just say, yeah, you can hold on to our cash because we don't need it right now. No, that's not how it works. They are fluid. They like to use their money to get in and out of positions. But what they will do most of the time, especially with a risky asset that has 100% margin requirements, such as AMC, they will pledge collateral. They will pledge your Apples, your Amazons, your Nvidias, your Microsofts, right? Your Googles. They're going to pledge these stocks because, one, they don't move that much, right? To see those names drop 30% would be major news. Would be like, what in the hell is going on in the markets, right? Are we heading towards new lows? Are we in a recession right now? Are we going into a recession? How long is it going to last? Who's going to be the next company to go bankrupt? That's kind of, for a very dramatic explanation, to show their stability, right? So they pledge these stocks, right? And when these stocks fall, with that 100% margin requirement that AMC shorts have to have, if Amazon, for an example, is used to pledge for a short position in AMC, if Amazon dropped 2% in after hours like it just did, well, in theory, shorts have to put up 2% more collateral. That means either depositing more stock, number one, hedging out their short position, or putting up cash as collateral. They don't like to put up cash as collateral. They don't always like to hedge out their short positions, so they usually put more stock up for collateral. The worse this potential next leg of selling is, the more credit crunch you could see. And we're going to call it a credit crunch, a collateral crisis, whatever word you want to put on it. That's what it is. Because this is the sole fundamental thing that I think a lot of people miss. Short positions are different than buying stock. If you buy stock, your max loss is what you put in. If you put $10,000 into Crocs stock, which that's one I really like, so I want to make that example. Crocs fell about 20% today. Pretty good entry point now. But if Crocs went to zero, you're going to lose your 10 grand. Gone. Wiped out. But if you shorted $10,000 of Crocs, which is a very bad idea. Do not short Crocs. Not financial advice. I would never short Crocs. Don't do that. But if you shorted $10,000 of Crocs and the stock 10x, I mean, you're going to lose $100,000. That's not good. So banks and people that are lending out these shares, right, that want to make sure that they get their shares back. Because after all, if I gave you stock and you lent it out and you no longer have the shares, I don't have the shares, well, what if the stock now 10x's and you don't have the money to give me back my, say, 100 shares? Well, I'm shit out of luck. I got to have the money to at least go buy my shares back, right? That's how it works. So as the value of one AMC goes up and down and the collateral of AMC goes up and down, you got to pledge more money, more collateral to mitigate that worst case scenario, which would be a short squeeze. And that's why a lot of, institutional investors like to cover on their short positions. Once new information comes out, once the stock starts to rally, shorts want to get out. They don't want to see how high the stock can go. It's not like going long in a stock, right? So that's the first thing that I want to say. Notice the correlation, again, between Amazon and AMC. AMC did go higher once Amazon started to go lower. And it wasn't until then that AMC started to go higher, which is interesting. Now, on a broad market basis, S&P dropping about 0.14% here in after hours. You are in for an interesting moment of time because there's this new product that just hit, and it's not really a product, a new tool that just came to investors. It is, get this, the 1-day volatility index, the VIX, but for 1 day. This is not a tradable investment instrument. You cannot go out and trade this, but it gives investors more information on what is going on under the surface. For an example, even though the S&P rallied over 2% today, what did investors do? Well, they actually went out and bought a lot of puts. Look at the 1-day volatility VIX. I mean, in the morning, it was the lowest point. As soon as you open for trading, it was consistently ramping higher. Now, the VIX, if you guys are unaware, measures puts and calls on the S&P 500. So normally how this would work is if the stock market went up, this chart should go down, meaning that more people were buying calls than buying puts. But what happened today is more people, by a dramatic ratio, were buying puts compared to calls. The more puts that are placed on the S&P, the higher the VIX goes. So it was basically a ramp up all day of people buying S&P 500 puts. That's not really a good sign heading into tomorrow's economic data that we're going to get, which is core PCE month over month. Now, you're expecting another uptick in the inflation report. Last month's PCE, or last reading we got, which was February, came in at 0.3%. Well, this reading for the month of March, you're expecting 0.4%. So on an annualized basis, let's go ahead and pull this up for you guys. 0.3% times 12 is 3.6% on an annualized basis using that month over month number. But at a 0.4% annualized basis, that is 4.8%. That's a big difference. So each 0.1% means a lot. So that's what we're going to get tomorrow morning. Investors are bracing for bad news. There was a lot of puts that were bought on the markets today. Personal income month over month, you're expecting 0.4% of an increase. Last month's reading was 0.3%. So again, you're expecting personal income to go higher. And then personal spending, this is the weird part. You're expecting that to drop by negative 0.2 from last month's reading of a positive 0.2. So investors are preparing for bad news coming tomorrow. And that potentially could be a very good thing for AMC, as you do see, I mean, a lot of the time, as of especially recently, when AMC stock goes higher, a lot of the time big tech is down. Or when big tech is down a lot, AMC can be an outperformer on the day. We even seen that dramatically the other day, where the Russell was down like 2%. I believe that was April 25th. Correct me if I'm wrong. Actually, we'll check it out together. What is it? April 25th. I believe it was April 25th. April 25th, S&P down 1.6%. What did AMC do? April 25th. Let's see. Oh my gosh. April 25th. What happened? AMC was up 4%. Huh? What you talking about, man? That don't make any sense in a normal world, right? But with the collateral that is being placed on AMC, when that goes down in value, you got to hedge out your positions. You have to. And that's why, part and part, you've seen that 8K filing that came out today, that Intera Capital is selling APE and they are buying AMC. It's pretty clear here. There's a lot of FUD. There's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt that this trade might not go through in the end. So there is that. You also have the Fed coming next week on May 3rd. And then you have Apple earnings on, what is it? The 4th, I believe, the 4th or 5th. Yeah, I believe the 4th. It might be the 5th though. So you got a lot of important things from now until next week, and I think this will be a net benefit to AMC. And like we talked about, it's going to be a while, right? Hedge funds, they're until June 29th, June 30th, or until we get another update, they will continue to hedge out their short positions. They will continue to add bullish buying pressure to AMC. And just like what we see from the technicals, that supports a continued rally from here. And I think almost $7, this 200-day moving average, is in the cards, and it's coming fairly soon. We're talking the next probably week, and you could be approaching $7 per share. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. Come to your own conclusions on that. Keep that in mind. But let's switch gears for just 1 second. AMC's institutional ownership. What's interesting is actually BlackRock just decreased their position in AMC by about 20 million shares, roughly. Dropped that by about 41%. 41%. Whereas Vanguard increased their position in AMC from 51 million shares to 52 million shares, an increase of about 2%. And they do own 10% of AMC stock. Now, Citadel, they have a put position worth 8 million shares. They have a call position worth 11.5 million shares. Citadel also has a share position of 135,000. I should say they decreased their share position by 72%. They increased their call position by 21.5%. And they increased their put position by 80%. So a little back and forth there, but they are net exposed to an upside move in AMC stock. Now, obviously, they get the fucking order flow. So what's this matter ultimately? But point is here, you're starting to see a little bit more, call it bullish filings coming out for AMC stock. And this was actually the first uptick in institutional ownership month over month that you have seen since July of 2022. It's been going down every single month since July of 2022 until now. Ain't that funny? It's a slight increase. It's not dramatic. It's not huge. It's not crazy. But there is an increase for the first time in almost a year with AMC institutional ownership, which is kind of incredible. And typically when institutional ownership does go higher, AMC stock tends to go higher, tends to do better. So we'll see what ultimately happens. But nonetheless, I think for a lot of different reasons, there's a lot of tailwind factors that are going on here. Think the collateral, think the court date being delayed, think about shorts having to hedge out their short positions, think about the cost of borrow rates in the hundreds of percent ranges. Those factors are going to lead to this next rally with AMC stock. And you just broke out above the 50 and the 100-day moving average in the same day, and you held that level into the close and even went higher in after hours. I'm bullish. I have a position on AMC. If you guys want to see my trade, link down below in the description of this video. Nonetheless, I'll let you guys get back to what you guys are doing. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, all of that good stuff. Make sure to comment your comments, questions, or concerns down below in the comment section. That's the best feedback that I get. That's where we can have a conversation. If you disagree, if you're curious, if you don't know what I'm talking about, then comment down below and I will clear the air for you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.